Hey YouTube, Jay Fretless here with another video. In this video, I wanted to talk about what cards to send off for my third SGC submission. My second SGC submission is on its way back from Boca Raton, Florida, and I should have that in a couple days. And then I'll be making a video with the blind reveal of those grades. I could technically log on and see those grades, but I'm fighting that urge, and we'll have a nice video this weekend, most likely. So what I should have done, because it's over about 30 days in between getting submissions, what I should have done is every 2 weeks you send in some cards to get graded. But having only one submission under my belt, or my that I know the grades, and then my second one coming back, I'm still hesitant. I'm still not 100% confident in my how should I say, pruning of what cards to send, my editing of the cards to send. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of reveal videos for PSA submissions returning after being at PSA for over a year. And a lot of the guys, a lot of the videos are the people, looking at their PSA returns are disappointed. Not only because of the long wait time that, some of these videos are showing cards that were sent in November of 2020. And then, when they don't get the Gem Mint 10s, what they expect, or the grade they expect, you could just hear the disappointment and their disgust in their voice. And I don't want that. I want to, at this point, with the cards that I potentially can send in, I don't want that. I want to only send in cards that I strongly believe are 10s. Of course, right, if you have vintage cards that aren't going to get 10s, yeah, then you don't care about the grade. But when you're talking about low dollar cards that even at a 9 or a 10, you're just squeaking out. At a 9, you might be squeaking out break even, but at a 10, you can make some profit. However, so with this next batch, the third batch, I'm holding off sending it in until I see that's my second submission come back and see those grades. If those grades are satisfactory to me, and that's not meaning that if SGC has graded them satisfactory, I fully believe they will. I mean, by my editing, my pruning of candidates, screening of candidates for 10s is reinforced, right? My ability to do that. So this third submission, I was going to submit some of my second, fourth, fifth year Jordans, and thinking that, yeah, okay, they have some value, especially if they're high grades. Yeah, I mean, obviously, when that documentary came out about the Bulls, that was probably, I should have had these cards graded before then, but oh well, live and learn. So I picked out a few of the Jordans that are the best candidates, but I wanted to show you that, I mean, I had to go through a lot of candidates, and we were lucky enough to have, these as, plenty of them to go through. And I didn't even pick any of the, I picked one of the Stadium Club Members Choice. Only one of them out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10, right? 9 or 10. Because with the edge so easily chipped, I just didn't feel like, you know, that any of the remaining 9 here, or 8, no, 9, could get a 10. And I don't know if this will work, but most of these corners are, let me see if I can get this to work. Yeah, I don't know. But see, I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a tad, and I just don't think that I want to risk it. I don't want to risk $30 on a ding, on a just a soft corner. You can kind of see, right? And that's just minute. Oh, and then all these card savers, by the way, are the original card savers that these cards were put in, whatever, 35 years ago or whatever it is. But most of them have the, see, I just like, no way would I send that in. Maybe if you know, the grading prices were below $10, if SGC was $8 or $7.50, okay, yeah, maybe then I send these cards in. But other than that, no way. There's just like, I'm not gonna. And again, if you have a high dollar Jordan, an 86 Fleer, I don't care if that's a 1 or a 2. Yeah, you're gonna send that in, obviously. It's just a tad, these corners, and it just not that it scares me, but it just, I'm not going to spend $30 a card. So here's here's one, right? So I'm sending 2 of these in, and some of them you can tell right away that they're off center. So like, why would you? I mean, it still looks good, don't get me wrong, but I'm not SGC 10. And you know, SGC 10 is going to ding you on the off centering. I don't think SGC does that 60-40 you know, centering thing that PSA does. So, here's another suggestion. When you're gonna, you know, I set aside 20 cards, you know, set them down and then let them sit on your desk, and then come back to them the next day, or in a couple of days, and then look at them with a fresh set of eyes. Because I can tell you right now that, see, I picked these 2 for sending grading, but you can see one is shifted up, and then, you know, on closer inspection, you know, how do you, wait, yeah, this one's shifted, wait, which one? Yeah, this one's shifted down, and then this one's a little bit more better centered top to bottom. So, but I would have, you know, it passed my first round of a screening, right? So I'm gonna go through, and I'll probably remove this one and then have to put in another candidate, because there's no way I'm gonna send that one in, even though that it looks good. It's just off center top to bottom. Again, if prices go down, then yeah, I'll send it in. And then same with these sky boxes. I'm sending in 4 of them. Let me do this, sorry. And these are like, remember these packs? These were like pinnacle junk wax there, but even though I think these packs were plastic, but you get my point. Because look, I mean, I had this many candidates to go through. And these ones are, you know, not bad, but look at that. I mean, just that little white, like, you know, this card in a SGC 10, even, you know, it's like barely over, you know, 40 bucks or whatever. I don't know, 50 bucks. So there's no way I'm gonna. There. We're just talking so slight, but I'm not giving. I wouldn't want to give them any reason to say, you know, hey. And then, like I was saying, oh, Fleer Ultra. I'm not sending any of these in. Just too much. Too much. Oh, yeah, all these corners. Every corner. Right? No way with all that white chipping on the edge. I had so many of these. I didn't look any at PSA 10s. That's another tip. Go on eBay and then look up that card that you're potentially sending in, and look up PSA 10 or SGC 10 or BGS 9.5 or 10, and the listings that let you zoom in. Look, that's right. So those are the Jordans that I'm not sending in. So I'll send that one in. This one, that one's center, top to bottom. There's a few of them that I have that are shifted up and down. That, and again, these are not high dollar Jordans. The one member's choice. And this Skybox USA. And these are all personal collection from when we were kids, so that's partly reason why I would send these in the first place. Because if they weren't, and I just had them, or I just got them, and I wouldn't send them in. This is kind of the, I've had them for this long. Why not? Oh yeah, this one. Okay, was he even there? Oh, that's the thing. And I'll replace. Obviously, you can't. You have to put them in card saver ones and new penny sleeves. And then it's for basketball. So we were collecting hockey rather. So here's the Armour Jagers rookies, Upper Deck. You know, two English versions and a French version. But we had a stack of these, and I went through them. You know, looking at candidates to grade. And even if these come back 10s, I mean, yeah, okay, they'll be worth it, but so that leads me. Oh, and then that's 19 cards, and then my son got this Herbert optic. I'll send that in to get graded, with the idea that, you know, yeah, we'll shoot for a 10, but we won't. If it comes back less, it'll be fine. So that leads me to, oh, and then like this, sorry. And so this is a Wander Sapphire I bought raw off of eBay. And I think because the seller, I was buying other stuff with the seller. And, but that looks off center right off the bat. Like, why, I can't send that in. Sapphire, yeah, it's a nice card, but yeah, the corners look sharp, but it's just too off center. And then the same seller, I got this. What is this, the Mojo refractor? Oh, this one looks center and it looks corners. I might just send this one in. But what is this, $100 card and an SGC 10? Yeah. Where you just wait, right? So I just took a random stack of the cards I got in the discount bins over the last two shows. Okay, so Joe would be worth it if you really thought that this could get 9.5 or a 10 because it's so hot. And if he beats the Chiefs this week, holy crap, you know? Definitely, right? And I don't know about the mosaics. I haven't sent any of ultra modern cards in, so I'd have to like, oh man, and fine tooth comb. But I need to be, yeah, like this. Just Josh Jacobs is a fail, right? Look at that, right? It's too off center right off the bat, right? Josh Allen, I'd probably send this one in. Corners look good. Centering is, it's like 55-45 maybe. And Mac Jones, what's this, like $100 and something card, SGC 10, right? That looks good though. And more Herberts. And then another Joe, right? So yeah, you gotta, I think you just gotta, for right now, unless you're doing something vintage and definitely you know and understand that it's not gonna get a 9 or a 10 or 9.5 or a 10, then don't. And then if these cards sit in a shoebox for for another year until the grading prices go down, then that's fine too, right? So before I let you go, I want to talk about encapsulated cards. Right, so I started buying a few Top Archive signature series, some one-on-ones, and some not one-on-ones. So like the Tatis and the Soto are not one-on-ones. This is of was that 84? So that looks okay. So like there's a big, not a debate, but it's always like, okay, do I break them out of the encapsulated cases, or do I leave them in there? And I think the general idea is that if you don't think it's going to get a 9.5 or a 10 for the card, then leave them encased, right? But that looks pretty good, and it looks a little off center, but I think it's the way it's just the card is cut and the borderless on one side and then the border on the other. But to me, that corner, I just see a little bit of white. And but the back centering is okay. And this Juan Soto, it's not his rookie, but this is clean. It's centered. It is out of is that 6? I can't even read it. 62. Nice auto, heritage. Gray borders look nice, right? You would see chip white if. So this would be a candidate of busting out and getting graded. I mean, but what would that buy you? To be honest. And then you remember these this is a Pujols rookie E-tops, and it looks pretty good. I don't know, like it's like one of those cases where you just keep looking at it until you find the flaws, right? But look at that. Is that like a hair or a piece of like plastic hair? It's not a mark. It's like hanging off of that emblem. So like, why would I even dare break this out, right? And risk. If you were going to resell it, you just resell it like this, Yeah, and then I pulled this one from my, what is it? Not Archives pack, right? Archives? Or Heritage? Yeah, Archives. So, yeah, it looks clean. The corners look freaking good. But look, top to bottom, you can see it. It's shifted up. So this if I do this on eBay right now, you probably get $50. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna get something like this graded and to prove that it's not a 10, and that's basically what you're doing. But oh well. So yeah, so I should be getting my second SGC submission back in a couple days, and then I'll film the blind reveal, and we'll go from there. And then if those come back with the majority of gems, then, and I'm happy, then I'll probably speed up the submissions. So you see this Reggie looks okay, but again, it's okay. I don't know. And not to mention that a lot of these submissions coming back from PSA. Have you noticed how many like Lewis Roberts? PSA 10s. Man. So we're gonna go into the junk slab era, and it's like there's piles and piles of slabs at card shows that people lost money on getting them graded. So before I go, does anybody know how SGC would handle that? Like, how would you put this card in for submission, right? Like, what would you put in the original card, or would you put in the archives, right? 2018, what's it say? Postseason Archives Signature Series. And if it's a one-on-one, obviously it's not going to be in the database, right? So how would that work? Or would you just send customer service an email and ask them, huh? But if somebody knows or somebody's done it, and because you see some of these graded on eBay, not of this card, but the signature series. So a lot of questions, right? It's one of those things. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. So with that, tell me what you think. Tell me if my line of thinking is on track or totally off base. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and throw me a like. Let me know how I'm doing. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.